Today's show focuses on Ogden Pioneer Days. We have Shannon Noble and Brett Gee, who together represent dozens of volunteers who spend the entire year preparing for the events leading up to Ogden Pioneer Days. One of the most special events is the rodeo that's held annually and is one of the most recognized and well-attended outdoor rodeos in the entire country. You're going to find this show to be very informative about what it takes to put all these events on, to keep the traditions alive and the heritage of rodeo and all the other events that families can enjoy right here in our hometown of Ogden, Utah. Let's jump in. Here we are with Shannon and Brett. So Shannon Noble, Brett Gee, Ogden Pioneer Days volunteers. That event will be coming up again here this summer. And you guys have, I'm sure, your work cut out for you getting ready for everything. And this is a volunteer role, which kind of surprised me as well as Cade, hearing that you guys do this out of love rather than money. So what goes into preparing for this event every year, and how much work do you guys have to do?
You know, this is a year-long preparation. We never stop preparing for Ogden Pioneer Days. The day that the rodeo's over, the next day we start getting ready for the next year. So we are very lucky. We have a large volunteer committee that is all in, and we start January 25th planning for or July 25th planning for the next year.
How many meetings do you guys have throughout the year? Scheduled by in person or conference?
Feels like 47,000. We try to meet monthly.
Okay.
Especially as we gear up and we start doing twice a month when it gets closer to the rodeo.
And so you guys are part of a big group, right? How many, do you guys ever count the numbers, or does it change all the time? How many people are currently volunteering?
It changes. On our current committee, we have about 26 active committee members that are working year round. Plus, under those committees, we have subcommittees that the same thing work year round. During the rodeo celebration, the month-long celebration, we have probably 400 to 500 volunteers from all over northern Utah.
Wow. And so the biggest event here is the rodeo, correct?
Correct.
So those of you listening, Ogden Pioneer Days Rodeo has been going on for a long time. So this Ogden Pioneer Days started, if I remember correctly, 1934.
Yes.
And kind of a way to bring the residents of Ogden community together to celebrate the settling of this area. And then one of the big events became the rodeo. And of course, rodeo, as we know, most of you have attended a rodeo, all that goes into it, and the spectacle of all the athletes, cowboys, cowgirls, and then all the kind of side events that are going along with it. And you guys put that together so well, and it's become one of the most respected rodeos all over the country. Now, how did that happen?
Go ahead.
Brett's going to leave it all up to you, Shannon.
No, it's a pretty amazing story, actually. But
it's a fun story. And so in 1934, as you referenced, Harm Perry was the mayor of Ogden. It was during the Great Depression. There was a lot of, the world wasn't very happy, I'll say. And Harm just wanted to create an event that would bring joy, that would bring tradition, that would bring economic impact into the city of Ogden. And he started Ogden Pioneer Days then. And I feel like those are our same goals now. We want to bring joy. We want to bring economic impact into Ogden. We want to bring tradition into Ogden. One of my favorite stories was we had our 90th anniversary 2 years ago. So we're 92 years old. But there was a gentleman that we highlighted that had been to every single Ogden Pioneer Days rodeo, except for the 2 years he served in the war.
Wow.
And he brought, I think, 5 generations with him. And obviously his parents brought him as a child. So it's just such a great tradition in this area. People have come their whole lives, and they want to sit in the same seats, and they want to bring their kids and their grandkids and share the fun and the enjoyment that we have.
I remember that. I was there when you guys honored him. That's really cool. Apart from the rodeo, what are some other events that you guys put on for Ogden Pioneer Days?
So one of the funnest things that I'm super involved in is the Utah Cowboy Hall of Fame that we have that's up here. We have a Cowboy History Museum that's in Union Station. And then we have the Hall of Fame. We have up to 5 nominees every year. We have many nominees. We have 5 people inducted every year into the Utah Cowboy Hall of Fame, and that can be from a rodeo cowboy to a rodeo poet to a artist. It's anyone within the Western industry. That's one of our first events that we have. That's usually the first week of July. Sometimes this year it's June 28th. So we start out with that. Then we brought a fun run in this year that we're partnering with the Goal Foundation to do a fun run. Have the parade, the Pioneer Days parade that we do on the 24th every year.
There's the National Day of the American Cowboy that's celebrated with our rodeo.
Yeah.
And we have a participant from every county that
Really?
represents their county as a part of that group. So
There's a lot of great cowboys, cowgirls right here from our area, who've
Amazing.
history,
Yeah.
some great PRCA competitors, NFR qualifiers, champions. State of Utah is actually pretty well known for that.
yeah,
Very well known.
we've got the right family here
Mhm.
and Fields, and yeah, it's interesting because when we go to the PRCA convention, they'll show the cinch playoff series on the board, and every year I count it, and Utah is second only to Texas in the number of rodeos in the cinch rodeo playoffs. And this year I counted 6 or 7 times because I'm pretty sure we were first.
Really?
Yeah, so there's a lot, and there's a lot of really good rodeos, and that's one of the unique things about the sport too. Is with very few exceptions, if you're in rodeo, you have a friend, right? And you meet people and your competitors, but we work closely together, and we want to see the other rodeos succeed. And the athletes are approachable. They take time, and it's a very unique sport that way. It's really like a big family.
Most of the people out there who watch rodeo, listening maybe to this today, are familiar with the PRCA's NFR, the National Finals Rodeo, where the competitors, top 15 in every event, get together, and it's showy. It's a lot of money because they continue to publish and broadcast the numbers, the dollars these people are winning. But let's talk about back to the basics. Let's go right here to the Ogden Pioneer Days Rodeo, and these athletes, these competitors who enter up, they're not necessarily winning tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's a grueling schedule for these folks, right? They're driving all over state by state, traveling through the night. They'll hit one rodeo, go to another one the next morning, and the entry fees are piling up, and then the prize winnings are not necessarily just out of their own pocket, right? You guys are working on sponsors. And so can you walk through that whole scenario between the Cowboys and how all the money works and the kind of prize money that you're dealing with?
Sure. We had over 1,000 contestants last year. So that tells you, how many people are vying for that top 15. It's a very competitive atmosphere. But what's fun about it is they're so collaborative with each other. You might have one come in and his horse is hurt, and the guy that he's trying to beat is like, take my horse, ride my horse. So it's fun to see the camaraderie among the cowboys, and like you said, they travel so much, and to see their attitude is so great and so helpful and so kind. We do have a large payout. That's big. That's important to us at Ogden Pioneer Days, that our contestants feel like they're appreciative, and that we want them to come, and we want them to compete in Ogden and bring their families to Ogden. So we have a large sponsor base. Ogden Pioneer Days is so blessed, and I can say that because I'm over sponsors. So I'm very engaged with the sponsors. We have really great sponsors who want to see this event succeed, and who want to see us raise the bar and get a little better every year. So our goal is each year to raise more money, to sell more tickets, to have the state kick in a little bit and help support these rodeos, and not just Ogden Pioneer Days, all the rodeos in the state of Utah. We want Utah to be a destination for these cowboys, and I feel like especially our week, we have Days of 47, Spanish Fork Rodeo, and Ogden Pioneer Days are running essentially the same days. So those cowboys, like you said, can hit two rodeos a day sometimes if they're in the slack in the morning, and make it really a good investment on their time.
Another term that you hear, slack. So We know what we're talking about, but explain that to the listeners.
So obviously, like I said, we had over 1,000 contestants. We can't run 1,000 contestants in 5 nights of rodeo. We'd be there 12 hours a night. So we have a slack, which is an extra performance in the morning. It's free to come to if you want to come watch the slack. Anybody can come watch the slack, and you run those extras. And the Cowboys a lot of times like it because it lets them participate in sometimes 3 rodeos a day, depending how the slack is lined up. So it's just for the extras.
Yeah, and they've got to haul their horses. They have, again, like you said, sometimes they borrow a horse, so they'll get there and their buddy, even though they're competing against one another, they're using the same horse. And you even see that at the NFR. It's amazing how many times you see the same horse. For example, on a bulldog.
Bulldoggers, yeah.
I mean, it's very common, the steer wrestlers using the same horse. And so, I mean, that would be like equivalent to Cade. You going across the dugout to the opposing team and asking if you can use their bat before you step into the batter's box. I mean, that's just, it's great to see how much they share and how much they can root for one another to compete.
You don't see that very often. We're going to a team roping jackpot after this. You don't really trade horses very much at one of those.
No, not really in those jackpots. That's a cutthroat world in the jackpots. But
I'm curious on certain rodeo athletes obviously have a much higher name recognition. Like everybody knows Rocker Steiner at a different Utah rodeo, which I won't mention the name. I was there and I watched his tour bus roll up and everyone is like lined up, ready to greet this kid, like giving him the red carpet. Do you guys do that for certain athletes? Is there kind of a special treatment or is everyone kind of the same?
I'll say this year Rocker had a little special treatment. Same thing with the tour bus because they were filming a TV show.
That's right. Yep.
So it was that was about his TV show, but pretty much everyone else, like you'll see the #1 barrel racer in the world come in under the radar. They're so unassuming. They're not looking for special treatment. Same thing with rough stock. They're just so humble. That's so amazing with rodeo cowboys is they're very humble. And even Rocker, when you talk to him, he's kind. He's soft spoken. He can be showy in the arena. That's what he likes to do.
I like it. I think it's great for the sport.
But they, they're not looking for accolades. They're not looking for a lot of attention. They just want to come in, do their best, and honestly go to the next rodeo.
And these guys are busy, right? These people are busy. They've got places to go, and they run their round and they're off, right? They're going, but I'm often chasing them down, trying to get an interview or talk, and most of the time they're like, "Yeah, let's take a minute." And they'll give you that minute, and that's very unique to this sport. And you brought up a little bit about payout. I just wanted to mention that, Ogden Pioneer Days is very competitive with payout. We're one of the top in the nation, and there's some people in our organization that are to credit for that. But Speaker of the House Mike Schultz has been very instrumental in bringing Ogden Pioneer Days and Days of 47 and Spanish Fork together for another payout that these athletes can win if they, based on their qualifications across all 3 rodeos. So if an athlete really focuses on the state of Utah, they can make a fair amount of money.
So that's
if they'll play their cards right.
State funding. Basically, if an athlete competes in all 3, and then I'm sure there's a classification or some kind of pool of winnings.
Yeah.
But they have to compete in all 3 in order to be eligible for that?
Yes, and we all contribute, and the state contributes.
I see.
Give
us an idea of what it costs for a rodeo athlete to just enter to compete. Number one, they have to be carded, correct? They have to be invited to become eligible to enter that rodeo.
Yes.
Because we don't want just some off the street dude thinking he's going to go out and ride a bull.
You entering that randomly.
I mean, we could try. They have to be a card-carrying member of the PRCA.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that's a qualification process for them. And then every rodeo has different entry fees. I would hate to quote the exact amount, but around $200, I would guess, to $250, depending on the stock and the event, are the entry fees per rodeo.
Okay.
Plus, when you look at the price of gas and diesel, and they're hauling horses and they're hauling trailers, and they've put in a large financial investment to follow this dream.
To show up, family, food, hospitality, whatever. You got to have a place to stay. Sometimes they sleep in their truck. A lot of them do, I think. But when you're talking about on the financial side for you guys to put this on, obviously it's a charity, right? Am I wrong? It's a nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit.
And you guys are bringing in money and then putting it out. You guys are dealing with probably a fairly large amount of money every year when you're talking about your sponsors, and then do you have to lease the rodeo grounds? I mean, you don't own that.
We get a very good deal from the city on the rodeo.
Okay.
grounds.
So they subsidize, they sponsor a little bit.
Yeah.
What are the other major costs for you, and what kind of dollars are you talking about every year to be able to put out that you guys have to come up with?
I think the biggest cost is the stock contractor and the stock. You know, we're very lucky. We have one of the top stock contractors in the nation, Stay Smith, Pro Rodeo, Star Rodeo, and he tries to bring the best stock because you want those top cowboys coming to your rodeo. And if you don't have the top stock, they're not coming. So I would say the stock contractor and the stock, which we're happy is one of our largest expenses because that's important to us that we provide a really quality rodeo. There are so many things that you don't think of that.
Well, yeah, the food that you're providing for the athletes and the hospitality, and you've got the support personnel. You've got, you know, we're on the Cowboy Channel, and you've got all the film and everything that's going on that way. But we've got one of the top announcers in the U.S. and Roger Mooney.
Right.
I think he's one of the reasons some people even come. They just love him. And then we've actually got John Harrison as our entertainer and our rodeo clown. He's been the top award-winning act on several categories in the PRCA for the last 3 or 4 years. And then we have some really top specialty acts that come in, and that all takes resource. That all takes money. So, yeah, it's very expensive, and that puts a lot of pressure on the organization to generate the revenue and to know where that is. And we have on our team, and you ask about this, one of the reasons that these organizations do as well as they do, specifically Ogden Pioneer Days, is the quality of volunteering is amazing. The folks on the committee are... They're not just somebody they're grabbing off the street. These are qualified people. They're qualified in their industry and what they're doing. We've got people with building skills. We have people with rodeo management skills and event skills. And of course, Shannon has a lot of background in fundraising and has really done an amazing job in the last 4 or 5 years at taking our sponsorships, and they've doubled and just on their way to doing some amazing things, which is good because it allows us to do more, you know, and have more. And we're looking into creating an endowment now. And then on the ticket sales, we've really gotten more astute there and been applied a lot stronger business acumen to that.
Yeah.
The gentleman running our committee actually runs Smith and Edwards, Craig Smith, and he has a strong business acumen. And then we have folks like Shannon and Gina Black and Rick Davis and many others who are just really focused on producing a world-class experience. And it's like we like to say to people, where else can you go in 3 hours and get this? You just really can't find it, the amount of activity there is and participation. And we're seeing it. We started selling out. We're consistently selling out. We did expand the stadium, and now we're looking to get those seats sold out as well. So the organization has been working the last 4 or 5 years specifically on developing a stronger business acumen and making sure that we're being good fiduciaries, and it's just amazing to watch it all come together. I also want to mention, because I think if Bev listens to us, she'll get mad. You ask about other things that are going on, but we have some really good people, and one of them is Bev Clark, and she runs the Special Kids Rodeo, which is very popular, and it takes a lot of dedication. And then we also have a very nice art show that we put on every year through the in association with the Eccles Foundation. So a lot of really great stuff for people to enjoy.
I think where we're really fortunate is we have such great volunteers and people who are so dedicated. I would put money down that there's not a day goes by that Gina Black doesn't sit and think, how can I make this rodeo better for the contestants? What can I do in hospitality? How can I make it better? I know Rick Davis every day is like, how can I make this rodeo better? What can I do? How can I make it better? How can I make the contestants happier? Brett and I have a very friendly rivalry. That I'm over sponsors, he's over ticket sales, and I'm going to sell more sponsor dollars than you do tickets, and we're, you know, but it's fun. But we're thinking every day, you know, we don't take vacations from Ogden Pioneer Days. It's in your brain.
Well, the
And-
problem with you is you keep taking all my seats for sponsors.
She's
That's a
killing you,
little
bro.
bit of a cheating going
Yeah.
on there, huh?
We want to mention also, we have an individual now that was responsible for running the Utah State Fairs that is now running our front office, and Judy Duncombe, and has really done a lot to help us there. And then we actually have a general as a part of our vice chair
Two.
group. We have 2 now. They're switching out, but qualified actual generals in the military that are helping with our community affairs. So.
Are you guys always looking for new volunteers, or are you kind of at a good spot right now?
We're always looking for volunteers. We'll talk after. I'll put you on.
Cade just opened his mouth and bam,
Yeah,
he's all of a
whoa,
sudden
whoa, whoa.
on the committee.
Cade, welcome to the team, Cade.
One other thing is, just for anybody listening, tell us about the sponsorships that you guys offer.
So we have several sponsorship packages. The most common is our platinum sponsorship, which is $10,000, and there you get tickets and banners and flags and things with that. Then $5,000, same thing, and $3,000. Those are our top 3. I would say our most common are the $10,000 or $5,000, and we can send out my information. Or it's on the website. If you go
Yeah.
to ogdenpioneerdays.org, my information's on the website.
And we are currently working up some new sponsorship ideas and opportunities for people to.
Oh,
to
I
get
bet
involved
you
in
are,
different
Brett.
ways.
You're over there thinking right now, what are we
I
going
am.
to How are we going to make this better?
Shannon and I are always looking for another dollar.
We are. And how we can involve more community members. It's so fun. If we had 100 bucking chutes, I could sell 100 bucking chute sponsors today, because people,
They want to sit behind the chutes and see the bulls. And
and they want to see their name,
Yeah,
and
the
they want to
name on
be
it.
part of
Sure.
it. And so it's, we're always looking for opportunities that can help our sponsors feel like they're part of our celebration. And that's our goal. We want them to feel like they're part of our family.
We've had some folks that have come in the past and then haven't been for a while and have now come back, because I think the last 5 or 6 years especially has seen some major advancements, and the atmosphere is electric. And I've got to hand it to our folks on the South Stand, and there's a little bit of sun shining on their faces for a little while, but they really carry the energy of our rodeo, and it's such an eclectic group. I mean, you see every walk of life in those stands. I'd love to just go over there and stare at them, because there's so many different kinds of folks, and they're very engaged, and the atmosphere is actually electric. I mean, it's like, in some cases, you feel like you're in a college football stadium. People get that excited, and some of that has to do with our great, Roger Mooney and John Harrison, that really get them involved and excited about what's going on.
Yeah.
it's just so important right here in this area. I mean, everyone knows about it who lives in Utah. I mean, everyone's going to go. You're going to the rodeo. I mean, you know what you're talking about. I used to work the chutes, back in my youth when I was 12, 13, 14 years old back there. Thought I was a big deal, helping load the
Right.
cattle and with my buddies back there. And we thought we were real cowboys. But it was always something that we looked forward to. My family's all been involved in rodeo, and cousins still they're kind of fallen away from it a little bit, but they're still involved pretty heavily in some aspect of that way of life. And so I know we're interested in it. We know most of our clients who work with us, they're participants and involved in the rodeo as well, whether they be sponsors or just going out and watching.
And you hit the nail on the head. It is a way of life, and I'm a little bit of I'm the newbie in the group, and I've kind of come in from the outside, a group around it. But it is a way of life, and that's the unique thing about it. And it's a way of life that there's definitely some strong feelings about values and traditions and things like that make it up. But I have noticed that people really care about how they treat each other. They really care about how the sport is perceived. They want people to know that these animals, outside of the few seconds they're involved, are spoiled and beyond all reason. I mean, they're really well taken care of. And it's just been interesting. And what we're finding is people are hungry for that small town America feel. They're hungry for something they can get their hands wrapped around, where they feel comfortable, and where their values are appreciated and accepted. And even though we don't all think the same way, we can get together, we can have a prayer, we can feel good about what we're doing, and support each other. And that it's funny when you watch people, interesting when you watch these folks get together. It's really almost instant family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing that we cherish is honestly, it's one of the few sporting events where you go and there's actually a prayer before the event unfolds. And most people that I look around, I see they're all in. They truly are taking a moment away, even if they don't normally engage in that type of an activity. They're in. I mean, that's just our roots of getting back to who we are. And I think that's so special to maintain that tradition. And we're very much in favor of it. The rodeo world is a special place, and a lot of people grow up with that, and just core values are strong. I mean, we've carried that today in our business. We have the cowboy ethics, and that's printed on all of our walls. And you know, that's just a way to live, just who you are as a person. Cade, are we ready for lightning round with
Let's
these
do it.
guys?
Oh no.
I'm going to ask just a question and then you answer Brett, okay? So first one, favorite rodeo event.
Team roping.
Okay.
Brett,
I'd have to say saddle bronc.
Okay.
I like
I
that.
like it.
I like both, actually.
Team roping is my favorite, but
How about favorite non-rodeo event of Pioneer Days?
The Utah Cowboy Hall of Fame induction.
Okay, Brett,
I'd probably say the Special Kids Rodeo.
I like it.
that's a cool one. Switching gears a little bit, but what's your favorite country song of all time?
George Strait, Love Without End, Amen.
Okay, that was quick. I like that. That was
See, the
lightning
women
quick.
have their song. They know it. I don't know about Brett. What about it?
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mentioned I'm on the outside. I came in from the outside. I don't.
So you're
know
gonna
if
go
I
with
can-
ZZ Top or something like that?
or I hate to tell you what I listen to.
No, I mean, it doesn't have to be country. but-
Tool.
Okay.
I like
Hey,
that.
we like it.
Fun. How about I don't know. And again, Brett, you may be scratching for an answer here, but favorite cowboy of all time?
Chris Ledoux.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
I like may get his first name wrong, but Casey Fields.
Yeah, Casey's a great guy.
Just genuine.
Great
Louis
guy.
Fields' son, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I remember as a kid watching Louis Fields. He was unbelievable. But in Casey, the same.
Best food to eat at the rodeo.
The mini donuts.
That's a good
I
answer.
was just going to say that's the longest line, or the great big bucket of lemonade.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Utah?
Family.
Mm-hmm.
The culture.
Yeah, culture, family, traditions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love I just love the Wasatch Front. I love the mountain range, and I love the way that it jettisons right up. It's very unique.
Lots to do out here.
Yeah, the outdoor culture is great.
Outdoors.
This one is a very important question, and people go out and go shopping before the rodeo. But what's more essential, the cowboy boots or cowboy hat?
Depends on the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a woman would say.
But I can't pick one. They're both very important.
You have to have them both.
Yeah,
Have to have them both in multiple colors, shapes, and sizes.
we're right there with you.
I will say I've seen a number of folks in a cowboy hat without cowboy boots on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about wearing shorts with cowboy boots? Is that acceptable?
I haven't seen.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Can I plead the fifth?
A lot of the young girls are doing that,
I
and they're
know.
trying to style it out, but I'm
If
not
you're-
sure if I'm buying it.
If you're
Feeding
female,
horses in the summer, in the morning, maybe.
Yes.
Walking out to get the newspaper. Well, the newspaper's a thing of the past. I can't say that anymore. Feed the horses.
Yep.
Are you up? Or am I up?
I think you're up.
No, I'm up. So we just got wrapped up with the Olympics. I'm sure. Did you guys watch?
So much.
So much.
Good.
Good. If there were one event that we could add to the Olympics, winter or summer, that's not an event now, what would it be?
Rodeo.
Okay. Just the whole shebang? Just throw the whole rodeo in.
Rodeo.
Okay. Not in a particular event, not bull riding, just everything.
well,
All of them.
agreed. I think if you had to pick one, the one that seems to have the most independent traction might be bull riding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think USA would have an unfair advantage at all rodeo events, but
I mean,
Calgary.
yeah, Mexico might come
Mhm.
in and do all right. Brazil could be all right.
Last question that we have for you on this lightning round. What is one word that describes the Pioneer Days?
Tradition.
Heritage.
Nice.
Those are good.
I
Those are
like
good,
it.
guys. Well, listeners out there, I hope you enjoyed this show. This is a great time to think about when you get this message. Think about Ogden Pioneer Days, maybe a sponsorship opportunity, or potentially just plan on booking it into your calendar to attend and maybe attend multiple showings. There's a lot of other events going on, as you heard today, things that are happening that maybe you didn't even know were happening. You can go out and check out the Hall of Fame exhibits and all the new people that are going to be inducted. The mutton busting's one of my favorite with those
So
little
fun.
kids riding those sheep. That's always a laugh. And then, of
Yes.
course, the rodeo and all that goes along with that. So the 5K, right, the parade, there's more and more happening. These people are volunteering their time. It's unbelievable what you guys put on every year to make sure all this happens and continues to set records on attendance. And 30,000 plus people are going to that rodeo and more planning on coming all the time. So I applaud you guys for what you do. Thanks to all the other volunteers, and we're planning on being there. Cade's, I think, signing up right now to be a committee member. So let's you watch it for his call.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today, everybody. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening. For more information about today's show, please check out the show notes. Visit our website at www.petersonws.com or give us a call at 801-475-4002. Peterson Wealth Services is a registered investment advisor. This is a paid-for advertisement. Information presented on this program is believed to be factual and up-to-date, but we do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. Discussions and answers to questions do not involve the rendering of a personalized investment advice, but are limited to the dissemination of general information. A professional advisor should be consulted before implementing any of the options presented. Peterson Wealth Services.